Alright. Hi everyone. How is it going? I hope you are having a great Saturday. It is cold and snowy here. I'm staying inside. Um, I'm not a huge fan of the snow, or cold. So, I am staying inside today. Um, but Today we're talking about overcoming barriers. Talking about overcoming barriers to specifically self-love. And these directly correlate with self-esteem. So when your barriers are preventing you from that self-esteem, then obviously you don't have the self-love that you probably want. So we're going to talk about overcoming those barriers. And I'm going to give you 5 things that will hold you back from that increased self-esteem or self-love. Um, so the first thing that is a major barrier to self-love is early life experiences. So we might not even recognize what things affect us early in life, but they really have a huge impact on who we are and how we think about ourselves. So, some early life experiences, these are just examples. It could be a lot of different things, but some examples abuse, if you were in an abusive home or an abusive relationship early in life, that can have a direct impact on how you think about yourself. It could be parent expectations of you. Maybe you were bullied in school, not fitting in school or in your friend group, or just a lack of positivity in general can have a really big impact on how you think about yourself and who you think you are. So, kind of bouncing off of that early life experiences, it can be the same thing in later life. These life experiences in general can kind of chip off at your self esteem. So, again, it can be abuse, it can be like a lot of stress, it can be traumatic events, a lot of things that negatively impact us can then negatively impact our self esteem and our self love. So, these two things, the early life experiences and life experiences in general, those have a huge impact on how we view ourselves. So, the life experiences then leads to the third thing, which is negative core beliefs. So the core beliefs are what we believe about ourselves. These are a result from the experiences that we've had in life. Specifically, the early life experiences. So I'm going to give you an example. So say a child is constantly criticized, and they develop a belief about themselves from being constantly criticized. So they might believe something like, I'm worthless. Um, and these beliefs develop over time. So the beliefs develop from the early life experiences. One thing I want to say here is the things that we say to people really matter. And it shows in these beliefs that people develop about themselves because it's often from things people say to them. Um, so the life experiences leads to the beliefs. And the beliefs then lead to rules and assumptions. So the beliefs lead to the rules and assumptions, which are um, rules and assumptions developed to um, kind of guide their behavior and thoughts. So let me give you an example for this to make more sense. So the example of the kid who believes he's worthless might think, I must never make mistakes. He made that rule for himself, that he must never make mistakes because he believed that he was worthless. So he believes he can't ever make mistakes. And then he might also make the rule that no matter what I do, it will never be good enough because he's constantly criticized. Um, and then he just, that leads in a circle to I'm worthless, I'll never be good enough, I'll never not be criticized. And so it kind of goes down that path. So from the rules and assumptions, this then leads to the behavior. So the rules and assumptions then guide behavior. So with continuing on with this example, this kid might believe, no matter what I do, I won't be good enough. So then the behavior would be doing whatever it takes to please people. So this is kind of like an endless cycle. It goes from the early life experiences to the core beliefs, what you believe about yourself. These beliefs come from the experiences that we have had in life. And then the core beliefs lead to the rules and assumptions we have for ourselves because of the beliefs. And then the rules and assumptions lead to our behavior. So, knowing these patterns that we have in the experiences we've had can help us overcome them and create more positive beliefs and behaviors in our lives and rules for yourself. Overcoming some of those things that might be negatively impacting you can help you to raise your self-esteem and find self-love. So my challenge for you guys is to take each of these steps, and I'll drop them in the description so you can come back to this and kind of work through like what each of these steps looks like for you in your life. Like, what early experiences did you have that led to how you think about yourself today and what you believe about yourself today? So I challenge you to go back and write down in your life what each of these steps looks like for you, and and then you can kind of work towards maybe they're negative and maybe you want to change that around. And so having this as a basis, it can help you to move forward and create that increased positive self-esteem for yourself. If you guys have questions, I know this is kind of complicated and it can be kind of confusing. So if you have questions, let's jump on a call. I can help you work through some of this stuff. Or, send me a message. I'd be happy to help you work through it and just help you to create that positive self-esteem and self-love for yourself. So I hope this was helpful. Again, it's a lot of information in a short amount of time, so please let me know if you have any questions at all, and I will talk to you guys soon.